Is it worth anything? Today, I'm talking about a Beatles album. The album is Yesterday and Today, specifically the Butcher's cover. So I've got a great story to tell you with this one. Going back about 12, 15 years ago, one of the things I did was flip storage units. And at the time, it was just like it is on TV. You know, a storage facility would have an auction maybe once or twice a year for units that people would stop paying the rent on. So a bunch of people would show up, they'd flip the doors open, you could stand at the front, you weren't allowed to touch anything, you could just stand there and decide whether you wanted to bid on the unit or not. So there was one particular unit that had a couple crates of albums in the front. And I could see just enough of the titles to know they were from the 60s and 70s. At the time I was selling things on eBay and I knew I could sell those. So I bid on the unit and I got it. So like I said, I was selling things on eBay. So I would take 3 albums of a group and list them on eBay. And one of the sets of albums that I put up was 3 Beatles albums. Now I grew up in the 70s. I knew who the Beatles were, but I was never a big fan of the Beatles. Whatever. I put the albums up for sale. And within a couple of hours, they were at several $100s. And I'm like, oh, geez, I know people like the Beatles, but 3 albums is much? So then somebody messaged me, says, do you know what you have? I'm like, no, but I'd appreciate it if you would enlighten me. So what I had was a Butcher's cover. So the album was put out in 1966. And initially when it was put out, the cover actually had the Beatles in like white doctor's outfits with slabs of meat and dismembered dolls. It's not a very pretty cover. So they put that out, I guess, as a promotion. And somebody at the record company went, yeah, we really can't sell this album looking like this. So they called them back. Well, not all of them made it back. So there's that. The ones that did make it back, what they did was they made up a new album cover and they put the albums in the new cover. And to save some money, they kept some of those Butcher covers and they printed up a sticker that looked like the new album cover and stickered it over top of the Butcher's cover. So the album that I had was a Butcher's cover with the new sticker on the front. And no one had peeled the sticker off. Well, eventually that album sold for around $500. But like I said, that was 12, 15 years ago. So here's the deal. If you have a Yesterday and Today album and it has the original Butcher's cover, that's like a major find. There aren't very many of those out there. If you find one and it has the sticker on the album, on the original Butcher's cover, that's amazing too. But don't peel the sticker off whatever you do. And some people have the original Butcher cover that had the sticker and the sticker's been peeled off. So depending on what you find that you have, depends on how much it's worth and also what kind of condition it's in. So if you want to learn more about this, Google it on the internet. There's lots of information on the internet. And there are some albums out there that people have like made up to look like in order to scam people. So you have to watch what you have. If you look on the internet, they'll tell you the clues so you know if it's the original one. So worth the most, Butcher's cover. It's never had a sticker on it. Secondly is the Butcher's cover with the sticker still intact. And third is the Butcher's cover that the sticker was removed. But they go for moo-coo bucks. So go run and look at your albums now or your parents' albums and see if you have one. And if you're enjoying my videos, I hope that you will follow me and hit that like button.